Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're a Java dev building those slick, single-page web apps with the wffweb framework, the kind where the UI is constantly changing without ever hitting the refresh button, then you're going to love this. Today, we're diving deep into one of its absolute best features, the tag repository.
So let's just start with the big question, right? You're building a really complex, real-time app. Maybe it's a live dashboard or some kind of analytics tool. You've got all this stuff happening on the screen, and you need to update one specific chart or maybe just a single row in a table, and you need to do it from the server instantly without that clunky full-page reload. How do you actually pull that off?
And that right there is the heart of the server-side UI challenge. I mean, when you have hundreds, maybe even thousands of HTML elements living on one page, the last thing you want is to just guess or blindly search around. You need a super precise, super fast way to find and mess with a specific element all from your Java backend.
And this is where the Web Framework comes in with a brilliant solution. Meet the tag repository. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a server-side control panel for your entire browser UI. It's the bridge that lets your Java code talk directly to any element in the user's browser.
So what is it really? Well, the official docs call it a high-level repository for tags. What that actually means for us is you get this server-side object that keeps a live, searchable map of every single tag that's currently on your user's page. It's all just sitting there, waiting for you to query and command it.
And getting access to all this power couldn't be easier. This isn't some big, complicated setup. If you're in the context of your browser page, it's just one method call. You literally just ask the page for its repository and bam, you're good to go. And here's what it looks like in the code. That's it, browserpage.tagRepository. With this one little object, this tag repository, you now hold the keys to the entire kingdom. You can find, check on, and even attach data to any element on that page.
Okay, so you've got your repository. Now for the fun part. What can you actually do with it? Well, this is where it gets really cool. The tag repository lets you query your live UI almost like it's a database. It gives you this incredible level of precision and control.
All right, so the most common thing you're going to do is find one specific element. You need to update that one div that shows a success message, or the span that has a stock price. The easiest way to do that is just by its unique ID.
And the code for this is just so clean. You just call findTag by ID, you pass in the ID you're looking for, and it hands you back the Java object that represents that exact tag in the browser. No more guesswork, no more ambiguity.
But okay, finding one tag is one thing. What if you need to do something to a whole group of them? Maybe you want to apply a new style to every single div in a certain area, or disable all the input fields on a form at once. Well, you can do that too. For example, using a method like findTagsAssignableToTag, you can get a whole collection of tags of a certain type. Right here, we're grabbing every single div on the page, and now they're all ready for some kind of bulk update. It's powerful and it's completely type-safe.
Now, you know how it is with these dynamic apps. Elements are getting added and removed all the time. So before you try to update a tag, it's probably a good idea to make sure it's actually there, right? This will help you avoid a lot of potential errors, and the tag repository has a super efficient way to do just that. And the documentation itself points this out. Using the exists method is the best way to do this check. It's just a quick, lightweight Boolean check, way faster than trying to fetch a whole tag that might not even be there. It's perfect for building conditional logic on the server. Okay, finding tags is absolutely essential, but this next feature, this is what really takes the tag repository to another level. This is the real power move. This is how you directly connect your server-side data to your client-side UI in a totally seamless way.
Just imagine this for a second. You can build a rich JavaScript object in your Java code and then just attach it directly onto an HTML tag in the browser. That's what the upsert method lets you do through a special property called wffobjects. You can push anything, configuration data, state information, you name it, right to the element that needs it.
And the process is really straightforward. It's kind of like a three-step dance. First, you get your repository. Second, you build your data payload using a wffbm object. That's just WebIF's way of representing a JavaScript object in Java. And finally, you call upsert, telling it which tag to update, what key to use for your data, and then you just pass in the object.
So here's what that looks like in code. We create a new wffbm object, we put a simple key value pair in there, and then we use the repository to upsert this object onto a tag that's already in the UI, giving it the key key1 object.
Now your JavaScript on the client side can just access tag in the UI.wfobjects.key1object and get that data. It's that direct.
But here's the really crucial part. This isn't just about sending data. It's about smart lifecycle management. The framework cleans up after you. So when that tag is eventually removed from the UI, that data object you attached is automatically garbage collected in the browser. This is a huge deal for preventing memory leaks in complex, long-running apps.
All right, let's pull all this together. What have we learned? The tag repository isn't just some little helper class. It's a core part of building powerful, server-driven user interfaces in wffweb. It really is your central UI control center.
So why does all this matter for your next project? Well, it means you can find any tag you need with total precision. It means you can write safer, more robust code by checking if an element exists first. You can push dynamic data directly from your Java backend to your front end, and you get that awesome automatic memory management in the browser for free. It all adds up to writing cleaner and way more powerful server-side UI logic.
You know, it really changes how you think about building these applications. When you can talk to your live front-end UI with the same kind of precision you use to query a database, well, that just opens up a whole new world of possibilities. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it? Thanks for tuning in.